Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the most psycho Karens I've ever seen. Now this Karen happened to be one on TikTok, but there's definitely a ton of psycho Karens pretty much everywhere else inside of the world. But this one happened to pique my interest because it involves her child. Now we all know that Karens usually have some sort of child inside their car because they're usually middle-aged white women, so most likely they have a child. But this time their kid actually decided to speak up, and she ended up not caring at all and embarrassing her kid. And what makes it even funnier is that this Karen is actually real. It's not like this was a fake stunt or skit or whatever. This is an actual real person that is currently walking around just being this dumb. However, before I actually play the video and show you this, just the dumbest Karen I've ever seen, I want to go and explain some of the backstory because it's kind of hard to understand unless you get really into the video. You gotta really analyze it to see how dumb this Karen's point actually is. But basically these guys parked and went into a store and then came out. But a Karen happened to see that they double park. And double parking is basically when you go over the line. Usually you're supposed to go right in between, but you might accidentally, if you're bad at parking, go over the line a little bit. Or some people just purposely just going right in the middle just because they have a nice car and don't want it to get damaged. Now it is kind of like a scummy thing to do, especially when it's inside of like a packed parking garage or just a packed area in general. But you'll see that this parking lot happens to be completely empty. But now that you know the backstory, let's go and see this Karen just completely embarrassing her kid and showing how dumb she really is.
Security's on their way.
Security's on their way for what?
This is absolutely ridiculous. Jordan,
Matt,
stop.
who wants to go?
Jordan, I understand, but no, listen, it's the principle of it, honey. You're
Dude, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Look, lady.
Okay, so you can see a perfect example right here. This guy double parked, but it wasn't on purpose. It's not like he was doing it to just spite everyone else, just thinking he was better than everyone else. No, I'm pretty sure it was actually an accident. As you can see, it's like barely even over the edge. Then when you get a wide shot that they actually show of the entire parking lot, you'll see that the entire thing is empty. Now I would kind of understand if it just had a ton of cars completely full and she was trying to get inside of the parking spot next to him and she couldn't because her car was too big and he overparked. However, it doesn't matter because there's just so many parking spots available. Why does it matter that this one dude slightly overparked? Like, can't just try to find the only thing wrong. Like, if you have your shoe untied, I guarantee you'll just throw a hissy fit just because your shoe's untied. There's literally no point in trying to get this guy to move his car or just get really angry and waste your time just because this one guy overparked a little bit, especially when the entire lot is empty.
We apologize, okay?
It's fine that you
We apologize.
You're
No,
not leaving.
we are leaving.
We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
She better.
No, Jordan. Jordan.
She's not moving, dude.
Okay, so you can see these people are being extremely kind. Personally, I'm not this kind. I'm not even sure how you get to be this kind, but they decided that they were going to apologize to the Karen. Even though there's so many parking spots that are completely empty, they're going to apologize and also leave the parking space. However, Karen decided this wasn't good enough and she's going to stand behind their car and make it so they can't pull off. Now me, I would have just backed up slowly. I mean, like, you get hit, it's your fault, get out of the way of a moving car. And you can just see her arguing with her son because her son has some common sense, and also she's making her kid stand behind the car too, putting him in danger and putting herself in danger because they know that this car is trying to pull out and yet they're still behind it. Definitely missing a ton of brain cells, and the only reason you actually should stand behind the car is maybe if they hit your car and are trying to leave and you think it's completely necessary to stand behind it. But in this situation, it's literally just a parking spot. It's not worth potentially getting your foot ran over and broken because this guy wants to pull out. But again, of course, Karens have no common sense and will just put themselves and others in danger because of the principles that they have.
She's not. She's still in the.
No. No.
Lady.
Yes. What? No,
Are you
we're waiting
serious?
for security. Put us on the internet.
Yeah.
Yes, her calling security because someone happens to be parked a couple of inches too far. Like, this is ridiculous. And her son's just like, hey, they're gonna put us on the internet and we're gonna get bullied and made fun of. Well, mostly his mom, of course, since he actually has common sense and knows that what she's doing is just to the max when it's just not required. But this kid definitely gets a thumbs up for just trying to make his mom calm down. She has too little brain cells to actually understand it, but at least someone in their family actually has common sense.
Instead of security,
The cops aren't gonna do anything.
We're gonna call the cops on you.
Park illegally.
The cops for bad parking.
311 non-emergency, and they'll be
What is 311?
non-emergency, and they're gonna cite you for parking illegally.
Oh my.
You know you a Karen when you got the number for non-emergencies just completely memorized, because you probably call the police on your neighbor's kids because they were playing out in the yard too loud, and just stuff that doesn't matter. Just like somebody over parking inside of an empty parking lot. And then just imagine being a cop and just getting called out and having to go to talk to this Karen and give this guy a citation and make him have to pay money for parking a couple inches too far inside of a empty parking lot. Like, at that point, I'd probably just quit my job. I couldn't even handle it anymore, and I'm not sure who could, because this is just ridiculous.
Kid, get your mom out of the way.
No, Jordan, get away from the. Hi, hello.
Dude, can you tell your mom to get out?
Jordan, my
You're
get over here. Get away from
Your
the
son
signal.
is on our side.
No,
Your
stop.
son is on our side. Dude, back
We're
up.
trying
You
to
gotta
leave. We're trying. Oh my God.
She's. Oh my God, are you kidding me right now? Lady, move! Look! Are you? This is such a joke. Oh my. Lady!
And that was the end of another Karen video. Now, unlike all the other ones, her son actually has some common sense. You can see him right there just being extremely sorry and just wanting this to all stop, since he was definitely embarrassed. Pretty much anybody in this situation would be embarrassed, but I could pretty much tell that this is real. It's not like this TikTok account has just a ton of these Karen videos or something with the exact same Karen. So I do think that this is real, and I do think that someone this dumb is walking among us, which is pretty disappointing if I'm being honest. But hopefully her son will actually kind of balance it out instead of another situation, because Karens are definitely double time offenders. They just keep on doing this over and over to different people, trying to watch the world burn like a true menace. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys go and like the video and subscribe to the notification on, because this is a brand new channel and it'll really help me out. And peace.